Hello everyone. Today's project is a boost converter circuit from a 48-volt battery to 150 volts for my solar energy system. I will share the project file, and those interested can download the file in the comments section of this video. As always, I've chosen JLCPCB as the PCB supplier for my project. They offer fast production times, reasonable prices, and excellent PCB quality. It only takes about a week from placing the order to receiving your PCB. As usual, the quality of the PCBs is excellent. In this project, I'm using the TC42427 IC to control the MOSFET instead of a totem pole driver. The TC42427 is a cost-effective MOSFET driver with high reliability. This is a 60A 300-volt diode for the 150-volt DC output. If you want a higher output voltage, you'll need to use a diode with a higher voltage rating. Similarly with MOSFET, I'm using a 250-volt MOSFET for the 150-volt output. You can also use IGBTs for this project. However, I believe that IGBTs might have slightly lower efficiency. Bending the pins of the diode as well as the MOSFET and soldering them underneath the PCB is a common practice. I've seen many manufacturers use this method for heat dissipation of power components, and I find it quite effective. Next, I'll proceed with installing the input filter capacitors. Given that I'm utilizing a 48-volt battery, I'll opt for 63 volts capacitors for the input. These capacitors play a critical role. Even a slight misplacement on the PCB can lead to significant issues, causing instability in the circuit's operation. It's important to ensure that the input capacitors are positioned as close to the power components as feasible. Next, I'll solder the remaining components. I'm using the TL494 oscillator IC, which features two internal comparators, making it perfect for this electrical circuit. With the TL494, you can control both voltage and current. Below that is the Arduino module. You can utilize Arduino to manage battery protection, overheat protection, control output voltage, and many other functions. However, as I don't need these features, I won't solder it. You can further develop it according to your needs. This is the power module. It operates from 10 to 120 volts and generates a 12-volt output. It also supplies 12 volts power to the TL494, as well as other components. This circuit uses 2 inductors each with a value of 500 GHz. I'll be using 2 blue ferrite cores with approximately 60 turns of wire. This step takes quite a bit of time. It took me nearly 30 minutes just to wind these 2 small inductors. Here's the step to test the operating frequency of the circuit. The operating frequency reaches up to 110 kilohertz. I don't have a 3D printer, so I had quite a challenge finding a suitable enclosure for this electrical circuit. Finally, my project is completed. You can see these wires coming from the solar energy panel. After passing through the circuit breaker, they will be directed to the 45A MPPT charger and battery charger. Here, I'm using a 48-volt 100-hour EVE battery. According to the manufacturer, its lifespan is over 10 years. I hope they're not lying. The battery will power the boost converter circuit, and the boost converter circuit will supply energy to the grid tie inverter. Why do I have to design such a complex system? The reason here is that I'm using a grid tie inverter with limited power capability. Most of the time during the day, the grid tie inverter doesn't utilize much solar panel energy. There's a lot of energy wasted, so I designed this system in surplus. When there's surplus solar energy, it will charge the battery, and in the evening, it will discharge the battery. The circuit's efficiency is quite high, with 11A from the battery. The grid tie inverter generates 510 watts. The efficiency is approximately 90%. I'm very pleased with this result. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it very much.